Starting an exercise habit is hard, and keeping it going and turning it into something that actually sticks can feel even harder. Life gets busy, energy dips, motivation comes and goes. Staying consistent is challenging, and suddenly missing a workout feels like failure, which makes it easy to stop altogether. In a previous video, we talked about how to get started without burning out before you begin. Today, I want to help you think clearly about how to stay consistent in a way that actually fits your life. Because consistency doesn't mean you never miss, it means you start again. I was recently listening to a conversation between Andrew Huberman, who's a neuroscientist, and James Clear, one of my favourite authors. And James talked about an idea I really like. He calls it not putting up a zero, meaning if you don't have much time, do the short version. If you don't have much energy, do the easy version. The goal is to find a way to show up so the habit doesn't disappear. That's what this session is about, how to keep the habit alive even when things aren't perfect. And the first thing to focus on is this: protect the habit. When it comes to consistency, the goal isn't the perfect workout every time. The goal is protecting the habit itself. And sometimes protecting the habit means doing less, not more. You're not lowering your standards, you're lowering the bar just to start. Because habits aren't built on your best days. They're built on your busy days, your low energy days, and the days when life gets in the way. I have busy days where unless I got up even earlier than I do, a full, intact workout just won't happen. And my work probably means I'll be desk bound. So these are my movement snack days. I just say to myself, well, I won't be getting my heart rate up today. I won't be lifting anything, but I'm going to take a few minutes every few hours to stretch, and I make de-desking my body the priority. When you protect the habit, you protect your identity as someone who shows up. And that identity matters far more than any single workout. And one of the simplest ways to protect that habit is to notice when you show up. That is, to track the habit. And when I say track the habit, I mean simply. When you're trying to stay consistent, you don't need complicated data. You don't really need to track calories or steps or heart rate, at least not in the beginning. What helps most is something much more simple. At the end of the day, ask yourself one simple question. Did I move today? Yes or no? That's it. When you track the habit this way, you're not judging yourself and assigning values to the workout like good or bad. You're just building awareness, and that awareness matters because it helps you see patterns. It helps you notice when you're showing up more than you think. And it gives you a small sense of momentum, which makes it easy to show up again tomorrow. Whether you write it down, check it off on a calendar, or say it out loud to someone else, find a way to mark the day, because what you pay attention to, you tend to repeat. And if you want something to be repeatable, it also needs to feel good enough that you actually want to come back to it. The trick here is to make it satisfying. When it comes to consistency, how exercise feels matters a lot. Habits stick when they're satisfying. And this is something we've understood at MOSSA for a very long time. We don't believe people fall in love with exercise because they're told they should. They stick with it because they start to fall in like with it. And that doesn't happen by accident. Things like music matters, coaching matters, how movement feels matters. When the experience feels energizing, when it feels supportive instead of punishing, people are far more likely to come back. And this is why at MOSSA we put so much thought into the relationship between movement and music. It's not just there to entertain you, it's there to reduce perceived effort, improve performance, and make the experience feel more enjoyable. Because when exercise feels good enough to want to repeat it, consistency becomes much easier. So whether it's the music you choose, the environment you're in, or the style of workout you gravitate towards, don't dismiss how it feels. Enjoyment isn't a bonus, it's actually part of the strategy. At MOSSA, we create workouts with a special recipe of movement, music, motivation, and metrics. We call it M4 programming, and it's the foundation of all of our workouts. To experience it, visit one of our partner health clubs or YMCAs, or start a free trial, and let's build a healthy habit together. Check out the links in the description. Now, back to the video. Another part of your sticking with it strategy strategy lies in the way you talk to yourself about exercise. Yes, your self-talk matters, and it matters a lot more than you might realise. When it comes to exercise, negative self-talk is common, especially when people are trying to stay consistent. Things like, I have to work out, or I'm bad at this, or that was a terrible workout. And here's the problem with that kind of language. Your brain believes you. It shapes how exercise feels, and it shapes whether you want to come back. So this isn't about pretending everything is amazing or forcing positive thinking. It's about making small, honest shifts. I have to work out can become I get to work out. That was a bad workout can become I'm proud I moved my body today. Because, and I say this all the time, there really is no such thing as a bad workout ever. The movement you showed up for is still movement. And over time, those small shifts in language change your relationship with exercise. They reduce dread, they increase confidence, and they make consistency feel possible. And one more thing really helps when you're trying to stay consistent. Not doing it alone. So let's talk about finding some accountability. Consistency is hard to maintain in isolation. We're far more likely to follow through when someone else knows we're trying. That accountability doesn't have to be intense or complicated. It can be a friend you check in with, a family member you walk with, a workout you schedule with someone else, or a community where you know others are showing up too. What matters is that someone else is aware that you're trying to keep the habit alive, because accountability adds a little bit of structure on the days when motivation is low. It reminds you that you're not doing this alone. And for a lot of people, that's the difference between stopping and starting again. And the last thing I want you to focus on is something people often overlook: noticing what's actually working. It's so important to celebrate small successes. When it comes to consistency, most people only notice what they didn't do. They focus on the missed workout, the week that didn't go to plan, the gap in their routine. But habits don't grow from criticism, they grow from reinforcement. Small successes matter. Showing up when you didn't feel like it matters. Doing the short version matters. Starting again after a break matters. These moments activate the reward centers of your brain, they build confidence, and they make it more likely that you'll keep going. So take a moment to notice them, not in a big, dramatic way, just enough to acknowledge, I showed up today. Because progress is rarely loud, but it's cumulative. If you're trying to stay consistent with exercise, remember this. You don't need to do everything. You don't need to do it perfectly. Protect the habit. Make it easy to start. Pay attention to what's working. Consistency doesn't mean you never miss. It means you start again. And when you notice those small moments of follow through, you give yourself a reason to keep coming back. That's how habits last. One of the easiest ways to get moving, stay consistent, and build a habit is with MOSSA On Demand. Start a free trial and you can access our entire library: strength training, cardio, mind, body, HIIT, cycling, dance, and more. Find something that grabs your interest, give yourself some positive self-talk, push play, and get moving. Let me leave you with this question. What's one small way you're going to protect your habit this week, even if things get busy? You can leave that in the comments below. And if this kind of guidance around movement is helpful for you, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on a mission to get more people moving, and we're so glad you're here.